Are risk manager jobs stressful? This depends not so much upon the job or the budget, but upon the attitude of the board. I do not recommend that the risk manager should sit on the board, as this could make you a rival to the other directors whose cooperation you need. At Sparrows I worked for the director of finance. This is widespread but not ideal. He is generally seen by line management as the enemy, and when you need access to all information they may suspect that he will hear everything you learn. Fortunately it was well known that I had the backing of the managing director, so things generally went well. In my view, as you are the only two entitled to know everything that is going on, you should work directly for him. In local government at Taufeyan Council things were entirely the opposite. Despite putting into effect a scheme which not only saved millions but also gave us better roads and pavements, I was not able to generate anything like a proper risk plan. In the end I was off with stress, and in my returning interview explained at length how it was supposed to work. The finance officer said to my face that Taufeyan did not want anything like that. So I left, much too late. If you find yourself working for a bunch of muppets who only give lip service to risk management, get out. You will suffer stress and frustration, and given the smallness of our risk management your reputation could be damaged. Having given you the top and the bottom, let me say that overall I have thoroughly enjoyed myself, and for people who have that little investigative kink and a desire to do good, I cannot visualize a better career. I don't believe a risk manager's job is stressful, unless the person don't have any common sense and foresight or does not know anything about management and its risks. I have been a risk manager for a considerable time in my career. Most specifically a market risk manager, where my job was simply being tied to a few trading desks where traders did their business. They were asking if they could do a trade, whether their trade is going to be within limits set by management. I would evaluate why risk, Greeks etc., moved as well as realized P&L. The P&L side would also be confirmed by a colleague in finance for regulatory practices such as back testing or compliance with ECB BO. You evaluate what the desk does, for example a desk which just buys bonds. You check bond spreads, currency exposure, liquidity. And truth is, you don't do this on your own. You and other risk managers regularly talk, together with FO, and you'll realize the risk is very quantifiable. And that you discuss during your meetings. It isn't very stressy work. The only stressful bit is when you deal with deadlines. The English regulator always wanted to know by 5 p.m. daily, whether or not a trading desk breached its VAR, for example. Well, you'll have sweaty bollocks if you haven't come to a conclusion by 4:55 p.m., as these things need various sign-offs and overall impact on a bank could be severe. Capital implications of a IMA waiver which is soon being superseded by FRTB. A risk manager job is not stressful as long as you are socially strong, ability to provide constructive argumentative reasoning and good with numbers.